What's up, second cousins? How you doing? Probably not so well. The Orlando Magic unravel in the third and fall to the Indiana Pacers, 111-97. Jay is with me here again. What is up, Jay? Good to see you, homie.
What's up, man? Likewise.
You were in the building tonight, right?
Yeah, man. I try to go to as many games as I can, man, but
not a good one tonight.
It wasn't.
Not a good one tonight. It started out really well. It started out well. Things were looking good in the first. You know, I liked what I saw from Franz Wagner last time we were on doing a reaction. We talked about how you particularly wanted to see more out of Franz. I was thinking about your point when I saw him come out. I think he took 7 shots in the first. He was really trying to get to the cup, you know, working both sides, doing well. I like to see that. Coach Mosley seemed to have the finger on the right button, putting Joe Ingles as the first substitution off the bench, and Joe promptly comes in with a nice finger roll and then has a step back 3. So it's all going so well, but we let them climb back to it in the end of the second, and then, man, oh, man, that third quarter must have been tough to take in person, man. I'm sorry.
I already told you that third quarter, like, curse, I don't know. Like, we can blame the white jerseys today, man, but that third quarter curse still lives. For I don't know what is going on, but we consistently do terrible in the third quarter.
Yeah,
like, we have those.
The third that Jay is referring to, we lost that 39-21. That 18 points.
I couldn't even.
There's the game right there.
I couldn't even believe it. So obviously it's totally different when you're like there in the building watching the game or whatever. You're not really looking at the box score or whatever. You're just in the zone trying to enjoy the game, right?
Yeah.
On my drive home, as I was preparing for this, I'm listening to the post game recap, and I hear Dante talk about we lost the third quarter by like 40. We gave up 40 points in the third quarter. I looked at my girl and I was like, "What?
Yeah.
40 points in the third quarter, bro. Like, that is insane."
Yeah, it was tough to watch, man, especially when everything looked to be going so well. I mean, in the second, you've got Moritz getting a bucket after a nice dish from Cole Anthony. You might not have seen it in the arena, but they're making heart signs at each other. It was just the vibes were immaculate.
I saw the Twitter, bro.
The vibes were immaculate. Everything was good. They were having fun, and we're thinking, okay, I'm thinking, hey, this is the type of team that we want to play in the playoffs. You know, a team that maybe isn't they're not stoppers on defense. Let us get into the paint and we can kind of dictate. Well, then the Pacers said not so fast, Kyle, with that, because they came out in the third and torched us again for 39. Tyrese got cooking with 9 points there in the third. You know, and it just goes to show you how much we're missing a Jalen Suggs at the point of attack, because, man, Tyrese Halliburton was going around dudes like turnstiles tonight on a number of occasions and just getting into the paint too easily. And when he, you know, with skills like that guy has and eyes in the back of his head, he was just passing out candy to his teammates tonight. And
I wanted to see that cousin matchup. You know, they have this whole like thing going on where they're actually like related. And I wanted to see them like matched up against each other.
Oh, that's
Halliburton
right.
and Suggs are cousins.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so we haven't
they've both confirmed that. We still haven't gotten it. Yeah. But yeah, man, it was kind of insane, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, there was times where I was just watching the game and I was just so frustrated because realistically speaking, up until that third quarter, we were up. You know, we led the game as high as like 15 points at one point, and we slowly started letting them like crawl back into it. And I was there just like watching it. We let them crawl back into it by like giving them the easiest of like easy shots, bro.
Very open shots.
It was,
yeah.
So the game to begin with, like the only reason why we were even up to begin with was because they were just chucking up shots and nothing was going in for them.
Right. Yeah.
So literally that was one of the first points I wrote down. I said, Pacers are throwing up shots, just ain't hitting it. Magic playing decent defense. 4 minutes into the game, Tyrese Halliburton, 0 points. I thought that was crazy. 4 minutes into the game. Now I didn't keep writing that, keeping score on that, but I'm pretty sure he was all the way in the second quarter with 0 points.
Uh-huh.
Tyrese Halliburton did not score until like the second quarter.
Yeah, and he ends with 20.
Bro.
Yeah. 20 points, 8 assists. I mean, he is a great player. Pascal Siakam, I mean, he didn't pop off the screen, but that really adds some length to their side. This is the first time we've seen them with Siakam, and it definitely does add a different dynamic. They're a big team. When you got Tyrese, who's a big guard, Pascal out there, Miles Turner. I mean, Nembhard and Nesmith are pretty normal in terms of their height, but those guys space the floor. And Nesmith is a guy that was drafted one spot above Cole Anthony. He goes 4 of 6 from beyond the arc tonight with 16 points. And it's like, man, the Magic, we could really use a guy. And I'm not trying to, because a few games ago we were shooting lights out from 3. So I'm not saying trade anyone, but we just need a little bit more volume. And we just need something to come in. I mean, we shot 36. We actually don't need more volume. That's probably too many threes. There was a point in the third quarter when we got behind that it felt like, to me, Jay, we were kind of just trying to chase a little bit too much and not play our game.
We were.
I was extremely frustrated when we're down and we only have one guy, maybe 2 guys touching the rock on an offensive possession. Like, that's not.
That brings
me. We need it to move. We need it to move. You were on that as well?
Yeah. So that brings me to this point. We literally look at Paulo went 6 for 20. Franz went 5 for 14. I understand, like you said, a couple of games ago, we were shooting the lights out. I keep mentioning this, and I'm going to continue mentioning it until it's like not an obvious problem. We have to keep our heads in the game, bro. Like, the Magic, I understand, like, there's 0 excuses. Right, that's the thing, is like there should be no more excuses. This is a known thing that the Magic are young. With young comes a sense of immaturity when it comes to the court. When the calls do not go their way, it completely destroys their entire flow of things.
Yeah, you can see it. The frustration was there tonight. Yeah,
bro. We got called techs on Gary, Tech on Wendell Carter, almost back to back, pretty much. Like, I think it was not even a minute apart, bro. Yeah. Like, Mosley's calling Wendell away, telling him yo, stop arguing with them or whatever. This is the first time in a while I'm gonna say the refs were pretty fair, bro. The refs kept giving them warnings. They kept telling them yo, they just kept going, man. And at that point, I was very, very frustrated with Wendell and and Gary, because it's dude, we can't afford to be giving up these small little points like this, and on top of it, it completely disrupts the momentum of everything.
Yeah, it was a tough night. The frustration was clearly there. It's almost an omen. None of the 50-50 balls were going our way. There was some nice plays where maybe J.I. has a block, but then it goes right back to their player, or we got a rebound. There's kind of a loose ball, and it was a good play by us to cause a loose ball, but they get it right back and make a shot. It kind of felt like things weren't going the right way in this game. I'm really hoping that when I'm down there hanging out with you, Jay, Thursday, March 21st, in 10 days, 11 days for Court Cousins night. Yeah, Magic are going to take on the Pelicans. I hope to see us in better form, because the Pelicans are a good team. If you haven't already, get your tickets. The link will be in this description. Also, check out episode 62. It just dropped today. There is a ticket giveaway in that show. So if you listen to the beginning of that show, you'll get the instructions on how you can win a pair of tickets to that. J.I., the only one in positive plus minus for us tonight, Jay, which, that just goes to show you how dominant this guy can be. Actually, I take it back. Anthony Black was a +7. I take it back. Yeah. It was Anthony Black. Anthony Black was in the plus as well. But I mean, J.I. was great tonight. 9 points, 7 boards, 2 blocks, knocked down 3 threes, which is fantastic. And you hope 19 minutes. What if we get 29 from this guy? Wouldn't that be nice?
Right, dude. I'm in the game,
Yeah.
and then like literally, it's the most hilarious thing. I'm in the game. J.I. is about to take that 3-point shot. I'm like, no, why is he shooting? And then he makes it. I'm like, hey.
He's worked on that, man. He's worked on that to his credit. And it's showing. His shot looks good from beyond the arc, and we'll see if that continues to form. I guess
I love
31%. It's not great, but it looks pretty good when it goes off his hand. So I was happy about that. I was frustrated by so much Cole Anthony at the end of the game. I didn't think he really, I like when Mosley goes with some of the hot hands, but Cole just looked out of sorts at the end there. I know he had a pretty good game today. What did he end with? He ends with 16 points.
He went 4 for 14.
4 for 14. He was
went 4 for
struggling.
14.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
in the post game interview, he said he's guilty of hero ball. So he was like, he's like, we gotta tighten up on this. So like exactly what you're talking about, he knows it because he mentions it.
Good. You love to hear that reflection from the guys. But I would have liked maybe a different option down the stretch. I mean, Anthony Black's getting 11 minutes and the kid's playing his butt off. He's doing some nice things out there. Or Gary Harris, but he had already played 28, and I know he's kind of just working himself back. So it's tough. It's tough for Coach Mosley when we're down so many guards, no Fultz, no Suggs, but no excuses. You got to win this game. The only thing, I'm a little worried about here, Jay, is we played some easier teams and we beat up on them, and that was good. We got some good wins under our belt. As we're playing these teams that are in contention with us, the Knicks and now the Pacers, we're dropping them pretty emphatically. It's not even – the Knicks game wasn't even close. We scored 74 points in an NBA game, which is just embarrassing. And here coming out with just the flattest third quarter, it has me slightly I'm not ringing the alarm yet, but I'm interested. I don't know where I'd be on like a meter, like an orange. Maybe I'm like an orange, not quite a red, or a yellow. I don't know. But does it have you concerned that we're kind of not playing well with these teams that we might need to compete with?
For some reason, I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned.
Good. Okay.
I think we will be all right. I think we will do just fine. It is very, very important, and this is like make or break for those situations. They have to take these games as lessons, bro. They have to work on just the physical and like mental aspect of things when they don't get the calls. They cannot let those little things beat them up and like eat them inside out because like it's going to destroy the whole like the game, man. And you got these teams that have been consistently showing up to these playoffs. This is pretty much our first run at it in the last couple of years. Like they're going to tear us up, man.
Yeah, it's all about the mentality with these teams that have been there before. They know how. They don't get as frazzled. You're absolutely right. And that's where some of the veteran leadership needs to come in. This is where we really need like Joe Ingles to step up and continue to be a voice and rally the guys and keep them level-headed. But the Magic do get some help tonight. The 76ers beat the Knicks, although, I mean – yeah, so that helps us because the Knicks were more in direct competition. We don't want the 76ers to win, but in this case, that's okay for us. The Nets beat the Cavaliers, who were chasing. The Wizards beat the Heat, which is huge for us. The Pelicans beat the Hawks.
Separation.
So there was a lot of East teams losing tonight around where we are. So the standings, I don't know if they're reflected this. No, this one isn't. Who can give me standings here?
Based on my last experience, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, when I Google search NBA standings, it doesn't seem to, refresh with the new games. So we're a half game behind the Knicks, I think. This is based on what ESPN is telling me right now. I think that factors in tonight because we lose and they lose, and we were a half game behind them. So we're in 5th place, a half game ahead of the 76ers, a game ahead of the Pacers, a game and a half ahead of the 8th place Miami Heat. So it's all really tight right here. If we let go, the Magic could find themselves in 8th place really quickly in the play-in tournament. Or conversely, if we use this as a wake-up call, because every good team has to have that challenge. No good sports movie doesn't have the montage where the team fails first. So hopefully this is just that part of the movie getting ready for the comeback story and the playoff push for the Orlando Magic. We've got a couple really winnable games coming up. Boston's coming to the Kia Soul Center, baby. And then we're doing one there, one at home with the Toronto Raptors, who are now without Scotty Barnes for the rest of the season. So it would be nice to sweep these 3 games to kind of balance out what has been a not very pretty last couple ones. But any final words on this, Jay? Anything you wanted to hit on this or looking forward in the next few games?
Yeah, man, I'm excited. Probably going to try to go to the Brooklyn game. If not,
Nice.
I'll watch that one from home. Excited for Court Cousins night. That's going to be a hell of a game. Yeah, man, I'm just excited for these games coming up. I wanted to ask you just what your thoughts are behind, like, why not play Goga tonight against his old team?
Ooh, love a revenge game. Yes. That's always good. You kind of know the guys. I mean, I guess the answer to that is Miles Turner they love to play 5 out. I mean, that's how their style of play. And Goga, you really don't want him away from the hoop, the way he moves his feet. I mean, he's good, but chasing Miles Turner to the 3-point line, I don't know if that's the best look for Goga. That's probably the short answer why. But yeah, even a revenge game can overcome that, Jay. You're absolutely right. It would have been nice to see some Goga revenge.
We would never know.
We'll never know. Well, let us know how you thought, what you felt about this game. If you were in attendance, if you saw Jay at the game, and make sure to get your tickets for Court Cousins night. Check out episode 62 for ways to win a pair of tickets. Jay, thanks a lot, man. Peace out. See you later.
Alrighty. Have a good night.